Hi guys, welcome back to reading the Word and understanding the Bible verse. Today in First Chronicles, I read chapter 21 and chapter 22, and I find it interesting. Is verse 21, and it says, verse 21:1, and it says, Satan rose up against Israel and assisted David to take a census of Israel. So David said to Joab and the commanders of the troops, Go and count the Israelites from Beersheba to Dan. Then report back to me so that I may know how many there are. So they went and counted. So they went and counted as the king assisted. But what's interesting is now the Lord told David, which is in verse 7, it says, This command was also evil in the sight of God, so he punished Israel. So not only David is getting punished for what he's done, which is counting all the men who could fight for Israel, but it was evil in the sight of God. So Israel now is getting punished. Then, Gab, which is a man of God, just like David was, God spoke to Gab and said, Go speak to David and see what he wants me to do. So here are the three things. So, God said, take a choice. 3 years of famine, 3 months being swept away before your enemies with the sword and overtaking you, or 3 days of the sword of the Lord, the day of plague in the land with the angel of the Lord, ravaging every part of Israel. So, this is what I like about it, is because God gave David a choice. Just like we have a choice to accept Jesus Christ in our heart and walk with Him, and have faith in Jesus Christ, or we choose not to follow Him and just go in our evil, crooked ways of men. So there goes an interesting statement in chapter 11, and then you go to chapter 17, which is just so powerful and strong, which just makes such a strong statement. So here goes David talking to God. It says, David said to God, Was it not I ordered the fighting men to be counted? I am the one who has sinned and done wrong. There are but sheep. What have I done? O Lord my God, let your hands fall upon me and my family, but do not let the plague remain on your people. So what I love about this is so much is David, as being a king and walking with God so strongly, still fall into Satan's trap and counting the Israelites to go to war. But what I like about this is David is calling all Israelite people lost sheep. So what I love about this is it goes back to David when he was young, where David was a shepherd and leading charge of sheep. Now that's exactly what he is in Israel. He's the king, so he's the shepherd of Israel, guiding all the sheep, guiding all the people to stay right with God. And that's exactly what Jesus Christ, when you accept Him, that's what He does for you in your life. Is your heart change, and you can feel the guilty when you're doing something wrong, or when sin enters your mind and you do something evil. You feel that on the inner part because God lives inside of you. And even though while we were sheep wandering this world, and we still have Jesus Christ in us, Satan still morally tempts us all the time. So we have to just pray to be strong and have a strong faith in Him and knowing right from wrong. And the only way you could know that is by accepting Him in your life and being and growing closer to Him is by reading the Word and worshiping Jesus. It's the only way you could grow closer to Him. It's having that strong faith connection with Him. So this is what I love about it, is because as we know what just happened Friday at a concert, and they were worshiping the devil, and people were panicking, people were dying at this concert, and that's just a little fragment of what Satan could do. Look what Satan did to David. He was a mighty king and mighty warrior for the Lord, and he was still tempted to count people to go fight for Israel, which didn't make sense. But still, Satan was able to still enter in David's mind. Exactly what he does to us all the time. So we just have to grow in the Word and grow into God stronger. So remember that as we walk today. And just remember that always pray every day and just grow stronger in Him. So I pray this helps you guys. Pray this gives you guys a little encouragement to pick up the Bible and to read it and always share God's Word and be strong in that. So I pray you have a good day, blessed day. Love you guys and God bless.